Okay, let's spend a couple minutes talking about your calendar and how it relates to keeping track of possible appointments, interviews that your candidates may have with your clients, as well as actual appointments, meetings, interviews that they will have with your clients. I use my Mac, and this is the calendar that they provide with the Mac, and it's great because I use everything. Everything that I use is cloud-based. So, for instance, if I were to put in an appointment, let's just say I put it in on this date, on the 2nd, what will happen is that will go through the cloud, and it will populate all of the different calendars that I have activated. So as it stands right now, my Mac Mini, which is what I use primarily, is designated as my main computer. But I also have a laptop, and I also have my iPhone. And what will happen is if I put in an interview or an appointment, a meeting, what have you, it will populate to those other two devices. And conversely, if I were to put in an appointment on one of those other devices, it will come down onto everything else. And so it's great because it really allows you to keep track of everything and not have to worry about, well, did I put it on that device or in that device? Am I using? No, it's going to be on everything, and it's just really, really simple and easy to use. You just have to make sure that it's coded correctly. So if you're using a Mac, then it would be on iCloud, and then to make sure that you have this set up. And again, we can talk about what it is specifically that you're going to use, but this is what I use, and it works for me. I have the infrastructure to do it, and your situation may be different, and that's perfectly fine. But make sure that just more practically speaking, when you do have an interview scheduled, what you do is you put this in the calendar. However you want to do it, however it works for you, put it down somewhere in a place where you'll remember it. What I would like to ultimately do is get it so that when you put it into your calendar, it will also filter over into my calendar. Now, I don't know if that's going to be something we can do right away. We may have to go through Salesforce to do that, and Salesforce does have an option for that. So I'm not quite sure how we'll address that, but it's probably going to be something that we don't have to worry about for like a month, so we'll figure out each individual situation and come up with a solution for each one. One thing I also do, which I would encourage you to do is, and I did it right here, it's possible interview. Okay, so there are instances where a candidate or a practice may say, well, I'm available at this time. Let's see if we can get so-and-so to come in then. Or, the candidate will say, well, I'm available here. Let's see if they'll be available then. I'll put in a possible interview. And then what I do is I'll just change it. I'll just get rid of the possible. I'll delete it, and, that's it. And so it'll basically just get rid of that and makes it official. So something I would encourage you to try and do as well. But that is it for right now. So this hopefully addresses some issues that we may have with calendars, maybe some potential solutions about how to handle this and how to get your information to go from one platform, one calendar, to another.